So today I'm going to be discussing the 7 greatest deaths in Fairy Tail. Now I know there's been a long-running joke that Fairy Tail never kills off characters. While that is untrue, it is true that Hero Marshmallow, when it comes to killing off main characters, that's the key thing, main characters, he does kind of pull back a bit. But today I'm going to be discussing the 7 greatest deaths that we've seen so far in Fairy Tail. So coming in at number 7 is Simone. Now this might surprise a lot of people, but me personally, yes, I know that Simone's death was very tragic. It was one of the first major deaths that we got, but looking back on it, there's been a lot of greater deaths in the series. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Simone's death wasn't cool or anything, but looking back on it, I think that just a lot of the 6 other things that did overshadow it that were basically drawn as better deaths. So Simone, even though he was the first death, he still is one of the most iconic ones that people can't remember. I mean, even the Fairy Tail haters, they remember that Simone died. Coming in at number 6 is Silver. Now this one is straight up brutal because we seen Silver, how he died. We saw how basically, and his death, the reason why he's on this list is more because like what he had to experience after his death. You know, he had to be revived, he had to fight up against his own son. But don't get me wrong, he was still killed off brutally by Deliora. We saw him just laying there with the blood, and then we had to see his own son, who once he saw him in the Grand Magic Games, he couldn't really say anything to him, he couldn't really do anything to him, so he just had to sit there and watch his son grow up, even though he wanted to be near him. So Silver on this list, that's why I got my number 6. Coming in at number 5 is Lucy. Now, Lucy from the future, let me clarify that, because I know some anime onlys might be like, you spoiled me, you spoiled me. No, I didn't spoil you, but Lucy from the future, yeah, her death was definitely one of the most craziest ones, because Future Rogue, they're just sitting there talking and all that, and then you just see him getting mad, like saying, I won't allow the same thing to happen, and he ends up killing her, and I'm just like, oh my god. And the best thing about that death, to be honest, was seeing Natsu just go berserk. We actually see him like look like a demon. He looks like he was about to go and kill Future Rogue, and I actually like that moment a lot. And that basically served as, for everybody who wants Lucy to die, like because they hate her, well, now you got it, she actually did die, but it was the future form. Coming in at number 4 is Zara. Now Zara, this death was pretty insane, I'm not gonna lie, because this is one of the first times that we actually see Hero Marshmallow kill off children. I mean, it's one thing when you kill off an adult or when you kill off somebody that's old, but when you kill off children, that's when you're going to, I'm not necessarily gonna say that you're getting dark, but you're getting a little bit, like, you're getting a little bit down there, you're becoming a sicko. But no, nonetheless, we see Zara, her village basically gets raided, she ends up dying in the process. We already know the whole story about Fairy Tail Zero, how Mavis thought that she was alive, but in reality she died when she was just a little kid. So that was just straight up crazy. And I mean, her death, it served as a major purpose because it actually did help the first guild master of Fairy Tail move on from, I guess you say, grieving. Coming in at number 3 is Or. Now Or, this is again one of the most iconic but yet earlier deaths on this series. The reason why I have this is because basically she sacrificed herself for the greater good. I mean, she saved Gray and Leon at that time. Granted, a lot of people, they say, oh, Gray's a dumbass, but let's be honest, Gray, he was a kid. When you're a kid, you can't control your emotions about, you just see a demon kill off everybody in your family, so of course you're gonna go crazy. But Or, she stepped in there like a true teacher, told them to live on and keep fighting, and we basically seen that, and she basically ended up giving up herself in order to save Fairy Tail. So I really did enjoy that part about her. Coming in at number 2 is Layla. Now I'm not going to get too deep into her death because there's a lot of anime onlys, but if you read the manga, you know like the exact reasons why she died. And I mean, this is just sad just because it's Layla. She was one of the nicest people. We saw that when it came to Lucy's family, her father, she didn't hit, let's be honest, his father, he didn't really give a crap about her, so he basically kicked her off to the side. But her mother was the one who was friendly with her. We saw that all the things she did for Lucy. So the fact that someone like this died, that's just tragic. It's sad. I mean, Layla, even though we know the real reason why her death, I just gotta say that this was one of the most saddest moments. And coming in at number 1, I'm pretty sure you all guessed it, Igneel. Yes, Igneel's death. I have to be honest, this is the one of the only deaths that actually made me begin to tear up, because Igneel went out like a G. I mean, this was just, oh my god, he went up against Actor Logan knowing that he was gonna lose, and not to mention the fact that he basically just found Natsu. He wanted to speak to him, he wanted to tell him everything, but yet he ended up having to sacrifice himself for the greater good. And I mean, Igneel's death was handled so perfectly. This was honestly one of the, this is honestly the greatest death in Fairy Tail. I'm gonna be honest, man, because this was just amazing. Igneel, you will never be forgotten. But overall, that's basically it for the 7 greatest deaths in Fairy Tail. Tell me which deaths did you guys enjoy and which deaths you guys think should have been on this list. Comment what you guys see down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Peace out.